stuff, that's for sure. All right, in this next topic, it looks like Tesla used car prices or just used car prices are starting to rebound just a little bit. And so, what does this mean? Is the market coming back? Is it a good time to sell your Tesla? Or if you're trading in a vehicle, if you're selling a vehicle to buy a Tesla, is now the time to try and sell it? Maybe sell it before your next vehicle comes in, especially for your Tesla coming in, unless you absolutely need it. But definitely we'll jump into it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it. But basically, just getting the best deal on your Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can get the best financing rates for your Tesla. Link down below in the description. So let's just jump into this. Shout out to Car Dealership Guy. If you don't know who he is, really good macro economic stuff with the auto market and really just the market, right? So he posted used car prices are skyrocketing again, up 4.3%. Quote, lowest price increase in February since 2009. So you can see here, this is the Manheim Used Vehicle Value Index, which of course we just pulled up the Manheim reports to see what some of the Tesla values are going on. And you see there's a nice little spike right here up to 234. So, I mean, why is this, right? I mean, we're coming from January, February, maybe even December, cold winters where usually used cars don't sell as much, especially in January and February. And we're also now in the midst of tax season. People are getting their refunds back. They're getting that extra $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and they want to go put that on a down payment for a vehicle. But at the same time, interest rates are starting to, go up as well. So I really don't know how people are, able to pay these higher payments with the interest rates, but maybe it's because like maybe 5-6% isn't really like, it's a lot, but when you look at it on the monthly payment over 60 months, it really doesn't affect it. I think it affects it like from 5 to 4%. It's probably like 20, 30, $40 a month. And of course, we can do the calculations on that as well. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. If you are selling a vehicle to buy a Tesla, I mean, it seems like this is the best time to try and exit it. My recommendation is always to try and sell it to a local private dealer near you, because that's all they can do is buy cars off the street. And so they actually can give you the best value. Kind of like think CarMax, but a mom and pop. Make sure the reviews are okay. Make sure they got a good business and they sell a lot of volume, because that's where you'll really be able to get a good deal in selling your vehicle. And if you're selling a Tesla, prices are going up, maybe not for the Model 3, but for the Model Y. If you're selling a used Model Y, it's also a pretty good deal as well. And if you're selling a Tesla right now, drop it in the comments, drop it in the chat. Maybe there's someone out there that is trying to buy one and you may be able to lock up a deal. But in my opinion, 2022 Tesla Model Ys are like 45,000 in value. But I mean, I guess we could just fact check ourselves and see. So 2022 Tesla Model Y, I mean, I wouldn't pay more than 45,000, because if you think about it, a new one's 53, 54 minus the $7,500 tax credit, that's 47, 48. And so just a little bit more gets, a brand new one. So why pay for a used one for $47,000? But seems like the used side is holding pretty well. I mean, we've got it's basically stayed the same since the beginning of February. 45, 46, 49, 48 hasn't really changed at all. And let's just take briefly look at the Model 3 side. At this point, I would say very easily that the market has stabilized. It crashed pretty heavily in January, February. It's probably stabilizing in values. It will continue to stay at this pace throughout, of course, summer, spring, fall. People, get antsy. They want to buy something. And then it will probably drop down as the new 2024. We don't know what it's going to be. Project Highland, Jupiter, and Juniper, all that stuff, as the new 2024 Model 3, Model Y, S, and X start to roll out. That will push pressure on the used ones to go down as well. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Are you selling one? Are you selling another car or as well? But definitely some pretty interesting. It seems like a good time, especially if you're buying a Tesla, lining it up with that $7,500 federal tax credit. Certainly a good time at the end of the day. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump back into the live stream in the comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources list that I use to get the best deal at the best price, including credit unions and banks on that list that all have interest rates better than Tesla financing, better than 5.59%. I think most of them are like the 4, some of them at the high 3. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description if you want support.